Hello, it's The Guardian's Peter Bradshaw here, and welcome back to my review channel, providing the Pringles of insight and the ice-cold lager of comment in the dysfunctionally indulgent binge of criticism. And can I just quickly remind you to subscribe and leave a comment? Now it's time for a slightly subdued edition of that semi-regular feature on this channel, Serendipity Corner. This week saw the saddest of events, the death of Tony Slattery, the brilliant improv comedian, star of the TV show Whose Line Is It Anyway in the 80s and early 90s, an award winner for his stage performances, and a member of the golden Cambridge Footlights generation that included Emma Thompson, Hugh Laurie and Stephen Fry. I myself overlapped a little with him at university, and it's no exaggeration to say that Tony and Tilda Swinton were the Cambridge student megastars of that time, and I thought that he was an amazing comic turn. Slattery died at 65 of a heart attack, poignantly despite having made recent progress with his health issues, and he himself had spoken courageously about his struggles with depression and addiction, particularly to cocaine, which has such a catastrophic long-term effect on cardiac health. Tony Slattery never made much of an impact in the movies, despite appearing in The Crying Game, and perhaps cinema was where he might have developed a serious performing side. But one film where he did have a prominent supporting role, which matched his review comedy background, was the now very unfashionable Peter's Friends from 1992, co-written by Rita Rudner and Martin Bergman, and directed by Kenneth Branagh, about a collection of Cambridge University chums reunited for their first time in their 30s at the palatial home of their posh pal Peter, played by Stephen Fry, brought together in midlife angst to ponder success, failure, love, life, death. You can stream it for nothing right now on YouTube.
Actually, this is Brian. I meant Brian. I meant Brian. No, I completely meant Brian. I'm very bad with names. I'm sorry, it's completely my fault. Brian, she's been talking about Brian for months, haven't you?
We only met a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, congratulations. You look very happy together. I wonder who's picking us up.
Peter's Friends became seen by some as a frankly insufferable exercise in actorly Oxbridgey self-love, and it became trendy to criticise that tallest of tall poppies, Kenneth Branagh. It was marketed at the time as a kind of British Big Chill, a comparison in which Peter's Friends was always going to come off second best. In fact, Peter's Friends isn't as bad as all that. The opening sequence in which Peter and his friends perform a cringeworthy, though actually of course amazingly accomplished, can-can-style revue musical number for his father and his grumpy old dinner-jacketed friends as an after-dinner entertainment is almost Bunwellian in its horror, and Hugh Laurie and Imelda Staunton are both very good. And this certainly paved the way for Richard Curtis, who got the formula right in the way Peter's Friends really didn't, with his 4 weddings, with James Fleet in Fry's posh role and central rom-com persona for Hugh Grant and Andy McDowell. And just 3 years later, Emma Thompson began her own Hollywood career with Sense and Sensibility. It all started, arguably, with Peter's Friends. As for Tony Slattery, his life story challenges us to think what we mean by failure. He had a glorious career on screen and stage, withdrew for a long time for health reasons, endured loneliness and heartbreak, maybe found that there wasn't much money left after the dealers and the tax man had been paid. But then he returned in later life to find out that he was loved. It sounds like success. And that's it. Please give this vlog a like and a share. Please hit the subscribe button with a savage force, preferably with an animal cry of profound affirmation. And also do the same thing with the Buy Now button on Amazon once you have looked up my new book, The Body in the Mobile Library and Other Stories. Details are given below. See you next time.